Hello, Arthur, my love, and all my peeps. How are you today on this overcast and kind of chilly day? It was in the 40s when I woke up. Woo! Today I am reading a book about the Wuzzles. It's Elmo's Big Surprise. Way back, long time ago, they used to be a cartoon that was on TV, and it was kind of fun. The Wuzzles are not this and not that. They're a little bit of two things. Like Eleroo is a mix of a bumblebee and an elephant. Kind of neat. Anyway, one afternoon, Sharon sat down with a new book about her favorite Wuzzle, Eleroo. Eleroo was a funny creature, half elephant, and half kangaroo. Oops, forgot that. Sharon collected seashells, and she liked Eleroo because he collected everything. His house was so full of things that he had to sleep outside in a tent. She began to read how one day Wuzzle was puttering around in a shop where Eleroo came hopping in. He seemed very upset, and that wasn't like Eleroo at all. "Wuzzle," said Eleroo, "I'm glad I found you. You've got to help me. Something terrible has happened." Can you imagine an elephant that hops on its two back legs? Wuzzle put down his tools. "Of course I'll help, Eleroo. What's the matter?" "It's just the worst thing. You know that big raffle? Well, I won." Wuzzle scratched his head in puzzlement. "Why is that bad?" Eleroo flopped down on Wuzzle's inner tube chair. "You don't understand. I need my raffle ticket to claim my prize, and I've lost it." Wuzzle patted Eleroo's shoulder kindly. Now, it's all right. I'll be glad to help you find it. Do you know where you lost it?" "Well, yes, it's in my house somewhere." Wuzzle gulped. Eleroo's house was crammed to the rafters with his collections. They'd never find anything in there. Wuzzle had an idea. "Let's get some friends to help us look." Eleroo smiled happily. "What a good idea! We'll have to work fast, though. If I don't show up with the ticket by sundown, they'll give the prize to someone else." The two friends hurried off to talk to the other Wuzzles. Soon, all of Eleroo's friends were on their way to help. "This is going to be just like a treasure hunt," giggled Hoppopotamus. "Will there be a reward for whomever finds the ticket?" Eleroo's face lit up. "Hoppo, that's a great idea. Whoever finds it can choose anything they want from my collections." That is a lot of stuff, isn't it? Even has chairs on the roof. When they walked into Eleroo's house, Butterbear looked around in dismay. "Gosh, I knew Eleroo had a lot of stuff, but I'd forgotten how much. This will take forever." However, Bumble always saw the sunny side of things. "We'll get right to work. I'm sure we will find it in no time." Everybody started looking in his own special way. Wuzzle made a careful map of the rooms. Then he divided them into numbered areas so he could search more efficiently. Reineke, that's a rhino and a monkey, hung from the chandelier and checked the stacks of things from top to bottom. Bumble started digging into the stack in front of him, tossing things every which way. Butterbear tunneled underneath in case the ticket had fallen under something, and Hoppopotamus went to the kitchen to look for some food. Bumble picked up a broken tennis guitar. A tennis guitar. "Eleroo, you should get rid of some of this stuff. Things like this are just useless." "That's not useless," Eleroo protested. "Suppose I find a big ball of tennis guitar string. Wouldn't I feel silly if I'd just thrown it away?" Moosel held up half of a broken flower pot clock. How about this? Why are you saving it? Oh, I couldn't throw that away. It's part of a collection. Moosel frowned. How many of those have you collected? That's the only one so far. Don't forget, whoever finds a ticket gets to choose a prize, Eleroo reminded them. Have you all chosen something? Everyone had. Bumble Lion liked a fine old stopwatch baseball bat. Hippopotamus picked a pretty thermometer vase, and Reineke admired a lampshade hat that had looked particularly good on him. After several hours of poking and pawing through the mountains of junk, everyone was getting tired and grumpy. Reineke began teasing Butterbear by spinning old plastic dish pillows at her. Butterbear growled, "That's not funny." And they almost got in a fight until Bumble Lion quickly changed the subject. Eleroo, you never told us. What's the big prize you won? To everyone's surprise, Eleroo seemed embarrassed by the question. Oh gosh, this is silly, but I don't remember. Say, I think I might have put that ticket in the garage. I'm going to go take a look. And he dashed outside. Bumble Lion scratched his head. He's acting very strangely. He must remember what the prize is, and Eleroo never forgets. Hippopotamus snorted angrily. I think he's just being selfish. He's afraid he'll have to share his prize with us, so he's pretending he doesn't know what it is. Just then, a stack of newspaper tipped over on the hippopotamus. She wasn't hurt, but it made her very angry. I've had enough of this. We're never going to find that ticket. I'm going home. Everyone agreed, and they all walked out. Poor Eleroo, standing outside, heard what Hoppo had said. The ticket was still lost. Now all his friends were mad at him. He felt terrible. Sharon felt very sorry for Eleroo. Oh, I wish I could be there to help Eleroo. I wish I was in the land of Wuz. A tear trickled down her cheek and landed on the book. Suddenly there was a flash of light, and Sharon couldn't believe her eyes because she was there, right in Eleroo's house. Eleroo jumped in surprise. My goodness! Who are you? My name is Sharon. I'm a friend. I know all about you and your trouble with the raffle ticket, and I want to help if I can. Eleroo smiled gratefully. Thank you, Sharon. Can you start digging through that pile? It's almost sunset. Eleroo turned to the nearest pile of junk and started tearing through it, tossing things every which way. I know it's here somewhere, and I've got to find it. I've just got to. Sharon tried to calm him down. Maybe there's an easier way. I always thought an Eleroo never forgets. Eleroo stopped and looked at her. Think back. When you bought the ticket, where did you put it? Eleroo thought hard. I remember putting it in my pouch. And do you remember taking it out? Sharon asked. Well, no. He reached into his pouch, searching around a little bit, and with a gasp, he pulled out the missing raffle ticket. You found it, shouted Sharon. Oh, Eleroo, good for you. Eleroo nodded sheepishly. I never forget, but this time I guess I didn't remember to remember. And look at all the trouble I caused. I have an idea how to make it up to my friends, but I'll need your help. And he told her what they were going to do. A little later that evening, Hippopotamus was relaxing in a nice mud path when a note was slipped under her door. It said, please come to Chez Wuzzle for dinner tonight at 8 o'clock. Chez Wuzzle was the fanciest restaurant in the land of Wuz. She got all excited, dressed, and quickly raced out the door. When she got to the restaurant, she couldn't believe her eyes. Eleroo sat at a table with all their friends, and each friend had been given the prize that they chose from Eleroo's collection. He smiled at her. The Raffle prize was this dinner. That's why I couldn't tell you what it was. I wanted it to be a surprise. Hippopotamus felt very ashamed of herself. I'm sorry I walked out on you. How did you ever find the ticket in time? I could never have done it without the help of my good friend Sharon, he said. Sharon felt so happy she thought she would burst. So she gave Eleroo a big snuzzle, and everyone cheered. And that, my friends, is the end. That's the land of Wuzzle. I hope you all had fun. It was a funny story. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you all. Bye.